So today I'm going to be talking about the plan with me for July. This week I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. I am going to be going over 3 different sections in my bullet journal. I'm going to break it down and I will post right here the times for each section. So if you want to skip ahead, you want to go to a specific section, you only want to watch one section, you know what times they start. The first thing I'm going to go over is my quarterly and monthly setup. So I'm going to go over that. And then the second thing I'm going to go over is my weekly setup because I have added 2 different things in that I'm going to try. So I'm just going to talk about that just a little bit. And then the third thing I'm going to do is actually show a time lapse of decorating and being all artsy and fancy in my bullet journal. Just because I have received a couple comments where people really do enjoy watching that. So but I'm sticking at the end for those of you that don't want to see the artsy part of it. So here are the times for those, and let's get started. So the first thing we're going to be taking a look at today is my quarterly setup. My quarterly setup is something I do obviously 4 times a year. Every 3 months I add a quarterly section into my bullet journal to help me keep track of 2 specific things. The first is I'm doing thoughts and ideas. It's basically an empty page where if I need to throw something in there and I'm not sure where to put it yet, or if I have an idea or something random that I need to keep track of, I will write it in this section. I don't always end up using it, but it's good to have it in case I need it. The other part of this quarterly setup is my social media stat tracking. So I do track all of my social media, my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of that engagement and followers. So I add each of those in every single month and I keep track of them at the beginning. And this helps me to keep track of whether things are improving, if I'm lacking in any certain areas. It's something that's really helpful and I really do enjoy doing it. It also helps me to stay organized because I do have 3 businesses to track. I have ArtistExplores the World, I have Natasha and Corey, which is my personal channel, and I also have my art channel. So this is actually something new that I'm adding in, which is blog ideas and YouTube video ideas. I found that I really needed the extra space, so I added them in. And now I'm going to be taking a look at my monthlies. Like usual, I kept my first monthly calendar page the same as I have been. I really enjoy it. It's something that I'm pretty comfortable with and I always use it, and so there's not anything to really change or improve upon at this point. So I do make a calendar portion, and then throughout the month I will fill in the weather and the temperature for every single day. Now I did make a mistake here. I actually put June instead of July for the days, but I was able to make it work. I just had to shift the days over to make it work. But that does sometimes happen if I'm not paying attention correctly. This is a fun page. I really enjoyed doing it. It is the longest of all the pages. It takes me the most time, but it's something that I use all month long and I really enjoy doing it. Also on this page, I keep my monthly goals at the top, and then in the middle on that side panel, I do put a quote of the month, and then on the bottom, I put a monthly look at next month. And I do kind of add little decorations at the beginning of the month, but also then throughout the month. If I get bored, I'll add extra decorations to the different pages. I also have my colors of the month, which this month I'm going with blue and red to celebrate 4th of July, since I am from the United States. Now I am actually using, you'll see on my phone, I have this specific font that I really like online, and I'm trying to mimic that style of writing. So I'm just practicing. I'm adding in my July memories page, as well as my plan with me checklist. This page is pretty simple to set up, and I fill it out throughout the month as I go along. Now the next page is my July tracker, where I track a whole bunch of different things. I track personal things as well as business things, such as exercise, posting on Instagram, cleaning my room, reading, writing, making videos, editing photos, anything that I can think of that I want to try to do every single day. I will add in here. And I do try to keep them the same every single month so that I can keep track of the totals and see where I have improved and where I've kind of slacked off. And at the bottom I do track books that I've read, movies that I've watched the first time, and video games that I've played. I really enjoy this page. I enjoy filling it out throughout the month. It keeps me motivated and it keeps me responsible for the different things I have to complete. Lastly, I fill out my spending page. And this is really easy. It's just a series of columns. And I add the little columns as the month goes on, but I just make the big columns to get started at the beginning of the month. I track my spending as well as money that I've made. So it's a great way to keep track of all of my different accounts in one place. Now we're going on to my weeklies. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at my weekly spreads. I do try to modify my weekly spreads every single month. I make the icons and the different things that are on the page different. However, certain things remain the same. Something that I started last month that I really enjoy is adding in weekly goals, which I think helps me to stay accountable for finishing my monthly goals. So if there's a specific task that I want to break down into parts, I'll do that in the weekly goal section. My dailies each get a little graphic icon. And I do change the graphic icon every single month. This month, I'm feeling really confident in my lettering. I think it's getting a lot better than how it was when I first started. So I had a lot of fun with this page. Something that I started last month is a food log where I draw out what I eat every single day. I really enjoy doing it. It's so much fun for me, and so that's added in there. And lastly, you'll see I added the today. The today is going to become today I am thankful for, which is kind of like my version of a gratitude log. But I'm just going to do one sentence every single day that is something that I'm happy about. Lastly, we're going on to my drawing. So my drawing in my bullet journal is both from the D&D challenge topics, but also for fun. I kind of plan out, you'll see I have pencil lines on there. I plan out where I want something to be, and you'll see, if you look back at my weekly spreads, you'll see I kept certain things mapped out in pencil. So I'm not sure what's going to go there yet, but that means that I want to decorate in that area. So I kind of map it out, I leave room for it. I love to decorate, I love to draw. It is part of my profession. So adding it into my bullet journal not only makes my bullet journal look better to me, but it's also really fun. And it's a great way at the end of the day to kind of just relax and add in interesting details and fun stuff into my bullet journal that's just for me. I'm really interested in things like Zentangle or little details. So I'm just having fun with this. This honestly is just something that I came up with. The quotes came from the D&D challenge, but the flowers and stuff are just my own design and having fun. And I just sit in front of the TV and do this. It's very therapeutic for me. So I think I'll just finish the video here. I'm going to let it play out the rest of the way through. I do have a little bit at the end, so do be sure to watch it all the way through if it interests you. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I do reply to almost everybody. So yeah, thanks so much for watching and have a good day. See you next week. Bye! Topics here and there, but kept it really simple. I also tried to do a little bit more drawing than April, but I also did try to keep